Alright, what's up? So, if you go check out our YouTube Shorts page, you will see that we were doing the Shakespeare LX 1000. It's an older model reel, but this is what it looks like ripped apart. And if you check this out on our shorts, you can see what it looked like before, and we'll do an after short to what the newer thing looks like. So, this is what it looks like now. So basically, this is right here is what holds on your actual drag star. It holds on your handles and everything else. This is the braking system inside of it, so it's harder for the reel to backlash. And then these are all your inner gears. So this is your main gear that helps it turn and everything. That's what your actual piece is hooked up to. This piece right here, it hooks up on there for you to be able to reel it. And then all this in here is your system to be able for your piece to work right here to be able to cast. And then basically this right here, it holds it on, it helps you reel. This actually hooks to your line, to your thing that holds your line. And then this is your outer case that protects all your inner system and everything else so it does not break. So I want to show you guys what it looks like whenever the reels have not been taken care of and they have old grease on them, they're rusted in the brakes and stuff like that. So most of the time this is what you'll see if it's an older reel that hasn't really been taken care of. You can see all this right here. That's old oil that somebody just left on there and didn't wipe off, never. And then this right here is your brakes. And it's like all rusted over and stuff like that. Like all this little stuff, that all comes off. That's layers in your brakes. But all that, it's just all rusted out and it's just terrible. Like we have corrosion on the drag star. And it's just horrible. There's rust right here on the actual gears and stuff like that. So what we're going to try and do, we're going to try and do a full restoration of this reel. My family said they don't think it has any hope, but I'm thinking we're going to prove them wrong. Because I just like the older reels because they're so much harder to work with. But I'll get back to y'all after I clean it. Okay, so these are some old parts reels that I have. They're all Abu Garcia. They're all Abu Garcia baitcasters. And this is a Shakespeare. But if you look at it, all these gears are inside are metal. So this is an older model of a Abu Garcia. And as you can see, all of it's the same pretty much in here. You have the same gears. You have the same little pieces and stuff like that. These are from the parts reels, and these are the old ones. So I'm going to throw these on because they're newer, and they can help that reel out a lot more than what all these rusted pieces can. Okay, so I have this little bit of this shop towel, and where all of this old, like, gunk is and stuff, we just want to go through, and you just want to, like, clean it a little bit. Because once you clean that off, it'll let this reel run a lot smoother. And you just want to wipe down everything in here too, because you never want for your reel to be like all gunked up, because then it'll just stop working. And this reel, actually, we found this. So somebody was down my road was throwing out a whole bunch of rotten reels, and they threw about 20 of these out. So me and one of my friends, we went down there and we grabbed some. And he has one that he's redoing right now. And he's redoing the rods for him as well. But I just wanted to get this one, and I wanted to do one at a time. But I also just wanted to help make videos for you guys because that helps us out. And y'all get to see the basics on how to redo the reels. So I just wanted to let y'all know that.
And I'm going to clean this reel.
Okay, so pretty much while we're putting everything back together, so really it's not, so I've did so many reels that it's easier for me, but it's not really that hard to do, because you're sitting here and, like, I don't take pictures or nothing because I know, but I used to take pictures of the reel while I was going through it, and while I was putting it back together, I used to look at these pictures, but I don't really do that anymore because now I have all the pieces, and I know, like, how I'm working it and all that, because I've redone so many reels that I just know how they work now. So pretty much, we're putting back the insides of this reel, and, like, this right here's the outside. See, it's all gunk, like, has nasty, just, like, dirt and stuff like that, old oil, and all that. So you need to get all that off. And, like, it's got old seals and stuff, but the seals aren't bad. It doesn't look like. Let me test it real quick. Yeah, no, these seals are still really good. So you can tell that they've been put up, but nobody took care of them while they were using them and stuff. So it kind of just, like, rusted over a little bit. And that's why we're going through putting all the new stuff in it and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, you want your reels to be nicer. Even if they're old, reels still have really good potential on being really nice. So it's more like the people didn't really take care of their reels. But that's okay, because all we're trying to do is just clean these reels, make them better for us. So now that I'm putting all this back together, I'm gonna just go through. You have to be sure that everything is on right. So you have to, like, stay in it and do this stuff. So, like, this right here, it has to sit on this bottom piece right for it to be able to turn. So, like, we're going to place this on here. But you have to look and you have to watch. Because as it's going on, you have to place it in a certain spot. Or it won't, like, it won't let the gears move if this piece comes up. So you're trying to place it in those certain spots to where your piece can make it, it can let the gears move around and all of that. This is just a bearing right here. That's just a bearing to hold everything in place and just put pressure on that gear so it can move. Because, see, it's moving like that. But it won't if it's another way. Which I think's, I mean, it's smart, but it's not really the best way to do it. Because if you can have it, and you can have it to where it's all, like, getting cleaned and all that. I mean, yeah, it's smart, but it's not the best way to do it. Because, this is just my opinion, but I don't think it's the best way. Because, so there won't be a lot of pressure or anything like that. But I don't really know. I'm not going to say nothing because, I don't know. They made this reel the way they thought it was. It's an older model reel, so it's not really even anything too crazy. They were just trying to get it done and show that they had a decent reel. But at the end of the day, you don't really want that, because you want to have one of the better reels. But this was a better reel for its time. I will give them that. But it's got a really bad gear ratio. Its gear ratio is 5:1:1. So it's not the best gear ratio, so it sucks whenever you're trying to do everything, but it'll be okay. So right now we're putting this case back on this one side, because it will be way better with this case on. It's easier to work on all the other sides, and you have to have it on to be sure the gears and everything are working. So we get that one, I mean, kind of tight, not really. You can break it loose really easy. It's not tightened all the way. You just want it in there enough to have pressure on this case so it'll help your gears move. So now that we have that, we're going to come through. We're going to take our drag star, which it has gunk all through it. See, it's got like cobwebs and stuff in it. So we're going to clean the inside of this out real quick with this screwdriver. Okay. But yeah, like I said, this reel was just kept up for a long time, and they never really oiled it or anything like that. Is one of the main things that you can tell. So now that we have that pinned down, you can see that your gears are working. So you want to take this, and while you're doing this, you just want to take it. You have to be sure that it lines up. And then you just tighten it on there. And that is how you adjust to where to the backlash and stuff like that. You can adjust it. But as of right now, it's actually working way better than it was. It's not squeaking or anything like that. Now, eventually, I will be changing some of the stuff to it. So, let me check if I have it real quick. Yeah. So, I want you guys to tell me, should I put this on it? It's a newer model, Abu Garcia reel, or should I leave the old one on it and make it still be the classic that it is? So, I'll update y'all guys on the YouTube short, and that's going to be it for this video. Be sure to keep watching, because we will have hunting content soon. So that will be a good add-on to the YouTube.